Welcome back to the talk show with Munir Al Wafa. Today, as a difference, I'm going to do this show in complete English language because the guests what we have, who we are with us, as they are not well versed in our Malayalam language, and as all of us know that artificial intelligence is gripping every single corner of our life, every walks of our life, every moment of our life, and artificial intelligence is really taking shape into where we cannot live without artificial intelligence, we cannot live without AI. AI is not a science, AI is not a technology, AI has become your lifestyle. And everyday's life, without breathing, without looking at, without using, without getting influenced, it's very difficult to move on in life without AI. So, AI in education. Education is a part of our life as AI. Education is an integral part of our life. Every single parent and they want their son or daughter to get well educated. And everyone who is working, who is an employee, he wants to get more educated to get a better job. So education is also our integral part of our lives. So we have Mr. Shahbaz Siddiqui, the regional head of Meritto, such a software which is connecting the whole educational system in a school or in a university or anywhere. So he'll be discussing more about that. And we have Rifat Ibrahim. He is the manager of business development from Meritto, and apparently he is a Malayali as well. All right. Okay. Welcome to the show, Shahbaz and Rifat. And thank you so much for taking out time to come on to the hot seats.
Thank you so much, sir, for inviting us. Such a fruitful discussion. We have been a fan of this show. We have been watching it, though I know little Malayalam, but I have been watching it, with the subtitles. And Rifat has been telling me about the show. We have seen a lot of people, who have been following you. We also are, your admirer, one of the fans,
and let's get into the,
it's a pleasure to, meet you, see you face to face, have a discussion with you. And everyone knows, when it comes to technology, how good you have been doing. You have been a better advisor, right?
So it's rather it's a supporting each other, to bring the best for the community. Always we make it a point, whatever we do, however we do, it's always for the sake of the community and for our people. And if you learn something and if you share it, you will learn more. So sharing is always caring, and we just making it a point that whatever let's share it and learn it more from others.
Absolutely.
So, once again, warm welcome to the show. And Meritto, as I know, Meritto is such a big company, and you are going into IPO next year, and I mean coming soon,
Yes.
in the coming future, you are going for IPO also. And as a regional head, can you explain me what is Meritto is all about?
Absolutely. When we talk about Meritto, or formerly No Paper Forms, right, we are talking about a software system, which is a SaaS-based system that helps in enrollment automation.
Okay.
So when I say enrollment, when I say admission, when I say recruitment, we are talking about the journey of a particular student or a parent. So if I'm a parent or I'm a student, there is a journey. I'll inquire about a university school, right, from their website or from social media platform. The next step is I'll get an information from the university school. I'll get a call, I'll get an email. I'll take my time to take the decision. Once I have decided, I'll fill an application form. To claim my candidature, I have to upload my documents. They'll validate my documents. I'll go through a selection process. It might be interview process, it might be group discussion process. The next thing is, if I'm shortlisted, I'll get an offer letter. I have to accept the offer letter, and then I am asked to make the fee payment. This complete enrollment or recruitment journey of a particular prospect for any of the organization which is related to education can be automated on our platform. So this is an enrollment or recruitment automation platform. As a company, we have 6 different verticals. We are working with universities, we are working with edtechs, we are working with coaching institutes, we are working with training institutes, we are working with schools, we are also helping study abroad agents. So anything related to education can be automated in this particular platform.
All right. See, now Rifat, as a Malayali, how far you think that this is going to help the Malayali community or who are really working in the Malayali educational sector in this country?
Great. So I would like to address this as 2 parts. So basically when I come to UAE, so I'm a guy who was born and brought up here in UAE. So basically what happens is that when we start in education, we have a community-based education. So normally Indian community guy or Indian guys will typically have a tendency to have a studies in Indian education, Indian schools, right? So apart from that, where we have been integrating with the technology, right? Once we completing the schools, once we have been moving apart, right? So what happens is that normally technology and we are not having a very good relation, right? So once we have been grown to that particular stage, I think this particular community has helped us. Even though if you are taking that, the moment I joined this particular company as a business development manager for UA region, the most what has helped us like relations, basically. So just like you,
and being a Malayali, you got a lot of connection to the Indian and Malayali community schools and universities like
exactly.
that.
So
Wonderful, wonderful. So back to Meritto. Meritto is such an international company now, a global company.
Yes.
When you have a global company, basically most of the companies which started from India will have a base in India. What is your representation or the presence in Indian continent? I mean in India.
So if I have to tell you about Meritto in India, we are the market leaders in terms of education space. 60% of the private universities are using Meritto as a platform to automate their enrollment process. It starts from the stalwart like SRM, Manipal, Lovely Professional University, the complex of the process like XLRI, right, MAT exam, right. When I talk about group of schools, right, Hindustan group of schools, Manav Rashna group of schools, Ryan group of schools. So all these group chains, or when I talk about edtech, like now Physics Wala is one of the edtechs that is using us.
Okay.
So we have a good presence. 60% of the education organizations in India are using us. Apart from that, if I have to tell you about the global footprints, so we have presence in 25 plus countries.
Oh,
Right,
25
plus countries, and we are working with 1,000 plus partners. We'd rather not call them clients because we think they are our partners, like you rightly said. It's all about partnership where we are helping them to automate their entire process.
Okay, and see, we know when you are traditional business or entrepreneur, or many of the organizations and especially educational institutions, they have been following the traditional methods, obviously, and they might have a school management system in place. That is fine because they have to manage everything like from accounts, like from library, like from fees collection, and all those things can be automated. It's everywhere. It's there. But Meritto has brought something really fashionably new. Fashionably new in the sense, the whole process of admission, the whole process of get right from the inquiries till processing and getting the admission card and whatever it is, and you brought something new to the market. And how the transformation was, like what was the exact change you have seen in terms of conventional methods to the transformational technology method?
So when we started, so back in 2017, when we started working with education organizations, we were a form automation company.
Okay.
So it was first, that's why, the parent company's name is No Paper Forms.
No paper
forms, right? So when that's a registered name. So when we started, we automated their form. Then while working very closely with the education space, we realized there are a lot of gaps in terms of managing the admissions. The marketing guys are struggling to centralize the data. The management is struggling to see what is the ROI, right? When it comes to data centralization, distribution, they are doing every manual effort.
Okay.
Right? There was no way that they can optimize their cost. When you talk from a counselor's perspective, how they are prioritizing their work, there was no methodology. When it comes to engaging the candidates, it's all about experience of a student. Like whenever a student wants to take an enrollment, it's all about the value proposition that they're going to get. If the value proposition is not that, if you're hampering their student experience, they'll not enroll themselves in your organization. So it's important that student is getting the information. The financing and the process should be more streamlined, right? Rather than doing manual processes, can we optimize their processes? That's how we have built this product. We started with application. We realized there is a gap of CRM system, which is vertical based confined to education. That was not there. Then we built the post application process, like interviews, scoring, group discussion, taking the SOPs, evaluation of candidate, exams, entrance exam, like any exam which the particular organization might be taking. So that's how we have automated the entire process. That's how the journey has
how the difference was from the conventional to contemporary, how that one organization will be transforming into the new era.
So when you talk about the conventional methods, basically the system is very scattered. They might be using some technology, but they are using it in silos. So when I say silos, they are using the technology, but the technologies are not interacting with each other.
Okay.
That's where Meritto comes into picture, that whoever are the stakeholders starts with the most important stakeholder, which are the students. Then comes your admission team, marketing team, counseling team, operations team who are validating the documents, my finance team from where I have to check what currency I want to collect payment in, what should be the type of scholarships, right? And then comes the management who wants to see what is the overall report so that they can formulate the strategies. So that's how any organization who is using Meritto, every stakeholder comes into a single platform, and that's how they have been able to transform their admission process.
All right. See, now you are solving a lot of problems.
Yes.
All right. And what are the challenges you see that if it is not meritoed? Okay, meritization, like whatever
Right.
you say, before getting into Meritto or before implementing the Meritto in place, what are the real challenges they're facing, and how you as a Meritto, solving those challenges?
Absolutely, sir. So we are talking about recruitment journey.
Okay.
So the first challenge that comes in the industry is data centralization. Because as a university, as an organization, I am doing some amount of advertisement, be it online or offline.
Okay, let's start from the scratch.
Yes.
For example, now someone, I'm sorry for
No, sir,
cutting
please.
it, okay. See, once because I want people to understand
Yes.
exactly what we are talking about. You are an owner of a school,
Right.
or a small organization, or a study abroad consultancy firm, or a small institution, any kind of training center, or an university.
Right.
Okay, you are running a company as traditionally, getting the inquiries and doing the admissions and
Right.
process and stuff like that, computerized, fine. But Meritto comes where the journey starts from and where it is ending. Can you just give me the
Absolutely.
flow of the journey?
So let me be, a little explain it in a layman language.
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's what I wanted
Let's
to.
try to understand. Let's say if Shahbaz is a student,
Okay.
and I want to enroll, in Al-Wafa University, let's say, right? So the first step is, as a student, I'll come to your website, I'll put my inquiry.
Register, yes.
The first gap is that inquiry will go into someone's inbox.
Yes.
Then the guy is manually, putting it into XLS or putting it in some system. Similarly, when as a student I want to take admission in Al-Wafa University, I'll go on to Google after my inquiry, how good is this university, right? How good should I take admission in this or not? I'll do some comparative analysis and take some information from Google, and I might find your Facebook or Google ad. I'll put my inquiry there as well. Third, I was passing by, I was like, the university is very nearby, looks attractive, let me just go and meet the principal, or see what they're gonna tell me about, right? So then I'll come to you. Now the moment I'll come to reception, the receptionist asks me, have you previously inquired? Who were you in touch with? So the student experience get hampers there.
Yes,
So this is the first problem, that a student who's taking a career decision,
Or a parent.
yeah, or a parent who's going to take a career decision for their child, they want to get more information, because it's not FMCG product that I'll take and I'll change.
It's true.
Right?
It's a
It's a life-changing decision. So I'll get the information. So that's where the data is not getting centralized.
Okay.
Right? For our organization, I'm seeing the same name in 3 XLs.
Understand.
And my counselors are fighting among themselves, like this is my parent or this is my student whom I have nurtured. So that's the second gap, right? Where I can see, okay, what is my ROI? What amount I am putting on Facebook, Google, or what is the organic people who are coming by my brand name? The next problem is when the details come to a counselor will call, hey Shabazz, I'm calling from Al-Wafa University. You inquired. It should be now, as a career decision making, I'll not probably take admission there. If the call would have been, hey Shabazz, I'm calling from Al-Wafa University, I can see that yesterday you inquired on Facebook regarding grade 6. I can see that you are a resident of Dubai, right? I can see that currently you are studying in XYZ school, you want to, take the, transfer here. And I can see that, your parents are working here or whatever the profile is. That's a more hyper personalized communication. Similarly, when it comes to sending bulk communication, what we were using, we have a database, we'll send same information to everyone. Even the guys who have taken admission, they are getting admission is getting close, right? Please, get yourself admitted, else you will lose the opportunity. I have already paid. So experience is getting hampered. System should be so advanced that it can let your counseling team or admission team know what is the interest of the particular parent or a student, how you have to nurture them. So we say, communicate with a particular parent or student where they want to get the information. If they are active on social media, interact with them on social media. If they want information on WhatsApp, why don't you give them information on WhatsApp? Not everyone is going to go and check
You
their
cannot force
email.
anybody to come WhatsApp if they are well-versed with the Facebook.
And then comes the next process, which is the most cumbersome one, that I have to give my documents. Now I'll struggle on the website because I have to convert my documents into PDF. I have to change the size, right? And in today's era, no one is having that time. This is a Generation Z, right? So they're not having that patience as well, right? So it's important, can I have a tool that can let them know where exactly they are stuck. They can upload the documents just by clicking the photo. Your team who was previously downloading the data and validating the data, can I have a preview button there and mark the status? If everything is good, just mark a button of a release. The student will get a congratulation email, WhatsApp, like congratulations, you have been shortlisted, right? The parent can go onto the portal. They will get to know what is the scholarship, what is my fee, offer letter. And I can see as a parent my individual journey. I can make the fee payment from there itself and I'll get an automated receipt. So it becomes a wow factor for a particular parent or a student, right? They are getting a channels through which they can interact with the particular school or university and they can get the information.
Okay. What if there are two counselors or two agencies are writing, the same, fighting for a same student? Or what happens if that is there is any duplication, or how does it work in Meritto?
When you talk about Meritto, we deploy the system only for one organization.
Okay.
Right. So it's an high, the particular organization will be using the system for their database.
That's true. But if one student registers through different channels, different counselors, and they normally it happens.
Yes.
She or him, he or will get the same data, and they fight. Okay, you are my student, you are my parent. Like so how do you?
So in our system, sir, what we do is we have some unique keys. For example, email ID and phone number. So let's say my email ID is shabaz@Meritto and my phone number is, let's say, 971-55555, right? The moment I'll inquire, it's a unique, particular one.
Whoever comes first.
So let's say the first time I inquired on Facebook, it got, allocated to Mr. Rifat. And the next time I'm going on to website and inquiring, so next time it will not get allocated to you. Next time, an update will come that the same parent is inquiring on, the website, and an intimation will go to my respective admission officer, Mr. Rifat, and he will get to know, okay, Mr. Shabaz is trying to register 2 times from different channel. So he will get in touch to me directly. Hey, Shabaz, I guess you are facing some challenge. Let me help you out. So that's how the system will help,
it happens with many parents. Like,
Yes.
if they feel that, he's charging more or he's not comfortable, then he will go with someone else. It is very commonly, since we have Educator as a consultancy firm, we face these kind of challenges from the students and parents. All right. Now, we have, AI has become the part and parcel of life.
Absolutely.
And, what are the, features or the facilities given, through AI on Meritto in order to streamline this whole process to make it so easy and simple?
Absolutely, sir. As you rightly said, AI and data is, the era is of data and AI, right?
Yeah.
If no one is leveraging the technology, they will fall behind, right? They'll not be able to cope up with what is getting changed.
Yeah.
So when it comes to AI in terms of recruitment automation, we have multiple tools. The first tools, I'm sure everyone is using ChatGPT nowadays, right? Everyone on phone or laptop, right? Even if I have to write a mail, I'm also using it.
Everything.
Right? So we have an AI-based chatbot. Now, how our chatbot is different is, it is more education specific. Like you said, I might come to a website and ask, is the X school better than the Y school? Right? So the chatbot will give the information to the particular parent. The chatbot will not get the student or the parent deviate their interest. It will give them information on their tips. Second is, it will act like a counselor, because we are talking about generative AIs, right? So the particular bot gets built up automatically based on the information being fed. So as you know, even ChatGPT, right? It's so successful because of the data that it can get from all across the sources. Now you have a chatbot, right, that is getting all the information from your website, right? So it's acting like a counselor. It's pushing the particular parent towards the enrollment and guiding them in a correct manner. So if I'll say, hey, I'm facing, some issues, or I want to know about scholarship. The moment I'll write the scholarship, it will tell me what are the type of scholarship that are being provided. What is the bus facility? How secure my child will be in the school, right? All those questions will be answered. Yes. So this is one aspect. Second aspect of AI is, to get to know about a particular parent or a particular student.
Okay.
Right. So this is where the system comes into picture, where we have lead scores, right, where the particular parent is being scored internally into the system by an algorithm based on their interest level. So for example, if we three are the students and we inquired for the same course, right, now you are seeking something else, I am seeking something else, and he is seeking something else from the same course. Now based on whether you are consuming my information that the university is sharing, your score will get increased. Whether you have started filling up the application form, provided the documents, based on that the score gets built up. The better the score, the better is the conversion probability. So as a counselor, as an admission officer, the AI will give me prompts.
Okay.
Right? What is the intent of the particular parent? What is the intent of the particular student? And I can work on that. The third aspect of AI is, like we were discussing, know where your parents are, right, or your students are, and communicate with them on that particular platform. So we give you a 360-degree ecosystem where your email channel, text channel, SMS channel, and WhatsApp channel is inbuilt. So you can design workflows. For example, if you have sent me an email, I have not opened that email, there is no point bombarding me with email. So the system is so advanced that it will analyze, okay, Shabazz is not reading an email, right, after 2 days. So let me send him a WhatsApp message.
All right.
If he is not reading a WhatsApp message, let me send him a text message.
Okay.
And based on where I am stuck in the funnel, if I have started filling up the form, not submitted my document, the next email will come automatically. That, hey Shabazz, we are going to close this particular admissions. You have 15 days left to fill your application form. So know where your particular parents or students are, and the system will interact with them automatically, right? Apart from that, you get smart signals, right, from the system itself. So it will give you nudges, right? Like your email open rate is this, so this is the correct channel in which you can communicate with the guys who have inquired for engineering.
Wow.
Right? You get to know guys who are interacting for PhD are more active on, let's say, particular channel. So the system will give those insights, and you can put an algorithm into the system and nurture the candidates accordingly. So these are the small AI elements that we are trying to build.
How is it going to be integrated with the website of the particular organization? Is there any way that especially when you talk about the chatbots and stuff like that, is that going to be on the website of the particular organizations, or they have to come on your platform?
So a very valid question, sir. So often, like when we talk about, we cannot talk about only the big university. We are talking about everything in education space, right? Even our smallest organization having 2-3 admission counselors can use this system. We have created this system a plug and play solution.
Okay.
So that means zero technical expertise is required. Right, you can create a website code, right, inquiry code. You can just place it on your website.
Okay.
The chatbot just place the code on the website. The moment your website will load, it will get loaded. The chatbot you can place anywhere on the landing pages, inside the student portal, so that whenever student is going, he can interact with the particular chatbot.
Wow.
Similarly, when it comes to configuring the system, right, where even I am not a technical person, right? My hands will get shaken if I have to do something configuration, right? Right. So what the system does, it's just like Lego blocks, right? Because every organization has a different admission process or recruitment process. So any organization can build it based on their own discretion. The second thing what makes us unique is that we are providing you an in-house onboarding team. So whenever we onboard any account, we give them full support. Our team comes online, they help them to configure the system, they train them on the configurations. Then comes the next part where we are giving customer success manager. Okay. As the name suggests, it's all about customer success. So the guy will travel to your location. If you are there in Dubai, we'll come to your location, we'll train your team, we'll sit with your team, understand what are how adaptability can be increased, right? So we want that our clients should success. So that's why customer success manager, and that's what makes Meritto unique.
All right. Now, see, when you say that we have different modules in place, like and how many modules and what are the journeys of the whole workflow?
So we have 4 major modules. The first module is the CRM system.
Okay.
So when I say CRM system, it will equip your team to centralize the data, interact with the particular students, and attract quality of students.
Right from the inquiries.
Right from the inquiries. So that means inquiries coming from any of the platforms. Even your offline events can be automated. Your open days which happens in school can be automated. So parent can come to the website, book an appointment. You will get to know how many parents are going to come. So that's your CRM bit. Okay. And it will send automated communication. The AI part in terms of nurturing and giving advice to your advisors how they can interact is going to be there. The next module is application module or the parent portal.
Okay.
where a particular student will come, they'll create a portal.
After getting the admission?
No, before taking the admission,
Before
to
taking.
claim my candidature, I have to
Okay,
give my
okay,
documents.
okay.
So a portal is created which is very hyper personalized, very easy to use. You can open it on any of the devices. It's need not to come to laptop and open it. The parent can come, they can upload the documents.
Okay.
The team will get to know the documents, they can roll out the offer letter. The third module is our payment stack.
Okay.
Which is Colexo. So in education, what we need is we have different type of scholarships, discounts, right? The fee of referred, since he's a good student, is going to be better than what is going to be offered to a bad
obviously.
student like mine who is not good in academics, right? So based on that, you can create it, right? Based on whether it's an Emirati student, the fee is different. If it's a specially abled child, right, there's going to be a different fee,
Okay.
right? Based on what are the norms of the MOE. So following those norms, the parent can come, you can collect fee, you can give them different type of scholarship, you can collect payment in multiple currencies. UAE is a global city, right? Dubai is a global city where we are
obviously,
sitting, right?
yeah.
We have parents who are coming from all across the globe. You want to give them a platform. If I'm traveling from India to here, right, from Kerala to here, right, I want to admit my child in one particular school, I should get then flexibility to make payment in any of the particular currency which is preferred by me.
Okay.
So that preference is going to be there. The fourth important module is our AI based chatbot. This chatbot is available on web version and in fact in WhatsApp version as well, right, where the particular parent or the student will be able to chat. And if I'll include all these four modules, it becomes the entire enrollment cloud.
Right.
So like you rightly said, it's a plug and play solution. The particular organization can select the module. Within the module also we are giving the flexibility that if I'm a startup, okay, I don't want all the features. Maybe I want to start with 3 features. So you pay as per your utility.
Okay, it's not necessary to go for 4 modules.
Absolutely.
All right, and it can be 1 module, 2 module,
1 module, 2 module.
And is it based? I just talk about the product as
Yes,
it is.
yes.
Like is it based on the number of users, or how does the user levels are and the permissions and all those things work?
So it depends on the number of employees or the guys who are related to the
Let's say for a school.
Yeah. So for in school, let's assume there are 5 admission officers in that particular school, right? So they can take 5 licenses, right? The system is totally configurable, so they can decide what are going to be the rights and role of every admission officer, right? There might be some admission officer who are the team lead, right? Who are old, who are guiding it, right? So based on that, they can set the permission set, right? Based on that, the entire system will appear. The best part is the entire system is available in mobile app.
Okay.
So you need not to have a laptop or a device. Every feature you can utilize in your mobile app itself. So on a go, just like we use the apps Noon, Kareem, Talabat, you can use Meritto to automate your entire admission process.
Okay. Now it comes like, for example, now you said about the chatbot. It's integrated on a organization's website. Is it only giving about the admission process, or is it will it be able to give other information about the school or something? Like if after admissions a child goes and check in for something, is it working as a normal chatbot for them?
So this chatbot is something that you can train, right? So if you want a particular
So that training
parent
facility
yes.
is there.
So yeah, it's an AI based chatbot, right? So everything that is available. For example, if I'm a parent and previously I have not taken transportation, but I want to take the transportation.
Yes.
I'll just come and simply type transportation and I'll get all the relevant options.
So the training of the chatbot can be done according to the school's
Absolutely.
requirements. Fine, brilliant. All right. Now, basically, people might ask, someone might be hearing the word Meritto for the first time, and you have partners in Dubai as well.
Yes.
And can you elaborate more on your client basis, like in India, or if it is possible only,
Yes.
In India or in abroad or any other, or India you said like
Yes,
there are
60% of the private
some
universities.
and in the UAE or other countries.
So absolutely. So we have base in UAE also, right? So UAE also we are working with a lot of accounts, right? Be it in higher education, whether it's a foreign brand campus, like the university brand campus from US, UK or Australia that have their campuses here, or be it a homegrown university.
Okay.
So we are working with every segment of university. Similarly, when I talk about schools, whether it's a standalone school or it's a group of school who is having offices everywhere. Like I have office in Dera, then I have in Barsha, I have one school in Abu Dhabi, one school in Al Ain, right, one school in Fujairah. So the bucket of schools can also be managed here.
Okay.
Similarly, when you talk about study abroad consultants, right? So many of the study abroad consultants, whether it's small or big, are using our platform. Similarly, when I go to the next segment, right, which is the training institute, right, in UAE, we all are expats, right, we have come to a certain point and upskilling is important.
Very
So I'm
important.
sure everyone is taking some set of upskilling certifications or online courses. So these training institutes, right, whether they are professional training institutes or even the training institute where they are giving JE coaching, right, because when we come from India, right, sometimes we go back to India, right, because now we are the expats and we are having that quota of, international student back in India,
true.
right, so I can get a better college like IIT, IIMs, right, so I'm preparing for that. So those coaching institutes or training institutes are also using us. So we are working with every segment in UAE. We have, client in every segment. We are also working with organizations from US, from Singapore. We are working with organizations from Europe. So we have, put, foot everywhere across the globe.
Yeah, and with regard to the partnerships, like we are really happy that as Alvafa Group is a partner to this the whole bandwagon to take you to the next level, and we wanted to talk about something totally different from your products and services. The way you are contributing towards the society, especially in the education leadership programs and stuff. We have been part of a lot of programs,
Yes.
in and out of UAE and other countries. Now, in this month, especially 28th of
28th of
November, evolved, by Meritto,
Meritto, yes.
a program. Can you elaborate on how exactly and what exactly you're going to do there?
Absolutely, sir. Like you rightly said, being first is we are honored to be partnered with Alvafa Group, which is one of the leading IT service providers, right? And the second is when you talk about contributing, going hand in hand with Alvafa Group, we also have that particular thinking that we should contribute back to the particular organizations and society. So what is Evolve is it's a community building event.
Okay.
We have seen that no one is building a community in education, right? You will go, you will attend webinars or seminars,
That's true.
and someone will come, someone will give some advices, but there is no one who is guiding you like what are the right steps. So what Merito does is in Dubai on 28th, like you rightly said, in Edge Hotel, we're going to have Evolve. It's a community building event where we are calling star worlds, industry leaders, thought leaders like yourself, right, who are there in AI, who's going to come and discuss what is changing in the industry,
Okay.
what one can seek. So when I see as a marketing manager, right, I know there are some marketing managers who's going to come on stage, they're going to share their insights, right, what they are doing, what has made them where they are right now.
Okay.
Right, what is their thought process?
So you mean to say that the leaders from the educational industries, like for example, from the schools,
Yes.
from other governmental
Universities.
organizations and universities, and all will be coming under
One roof.
one roof. Wow, that's amazing. And I'm really lucky to be part of one of the speakers over there. And I'll be talking about AI on education and what are the changes and new upcoming stuff in education field through AI. And thank you so much for that. And at the same time, this you are doing something more than that. You have different sessions happening there. Different prominent speakers are coming in
Yes.
and talking about the whole ecosystem of education in this country and globally.
Yes.
What are your takeaways, like for those people who are attending these sessions?
So the takeaways are, we have different sessions for different segments.
Okay.
Right. So for example, one session is unlocking UA's potential as a study destination. So what one is seeking, right? Why UA is a preferred destination, or now like we can see a lot of doors are closing in Canada, US, right?
Australia even.
Australia even, right? So UA is gonna become an hot destination.
In 2030, this is going to be the hub of education by all means.
100%. So what are the things that are changing? What makes UA an attractive destination, right? The other guys don't know, right? So we have to tell the particular people what is going to happen, right? What one is seeking in school space, university space. Similarly, we have session in AI, which obviously you'll be taking. You'll be sharing your insights how AI has been into picture. What's going to change, right? In terms of AI, whether it's recruitment funnel, experience of a particular parent or
Even
student
the
who has
teaching
come.
and academics, AI
Academics.
is taking a huge step.
Huge step.
And even in assignments and how the beauty of this kind of platforms are like, for example, now we know every student is sitting on GPT and creating everything. there are ethical and unethical practices in AI. This is the major headache. One of the toughest thing any authorities, government or educational, any authorities are really facing this challenge, like ethical and unethical practices. How to survive in this world being ethical. So you will be talking a lot on those things.
On those good practices, we'll also be, sir, like you rightly said, we'll also be presenting global reports.
Okay.
What is the trend? Since we are the market leaders, right? We have that data, like you said, ethical practices, right? So I should have more insights, right, that I can share. That's how we are contributing in this event. So we'll be presenting a global report, like how the mobility of student is happening, how technology has transformed the education space, how the government of UAE is promoting everything. Okay. Rather, UAE, it's a MENA chapter. So there will be people who are coming from Africa also, right, and all the GCC nations. So it's a broader insight. People will come with what exactly the student sitting in Africa is having a perception about, UAE or Middle East, right? Cool. We get to know what is, across the table, right? So they will be sharing their insights. So which will help, in contributing to the knowledge base for the particular respective people who will be coming and attending. Everyone will have some takeaway. Yeah. Right? We are talking about how to build a global brand in terms of schools, right? So we already have a lot of brands. So how other people who want to build a global school, what are the government policies, how they are promoting it, what are they doing in terms of technology adaptation, right? What are they thinking in terms of, like you said, ethical practice, quality measures. Every university wants to be the top ranked university. Yes. So what is the recipe, to be in the top 100, right? Can I be an Oxford? Can I be an Ivy League university or Ivy League college? We need not to go to West to, do study in Ivy League college. We can build an Ivy college here. So what is the recipe, right? Many of the organizations are doing very well. They are into top 500, top 1000 across globe. So what they have done that have made them to come there, and what other universities can learn from there, who can come into top 500, and what the guy who has come into top 500 is aiming at. Okay. Right? What is his aim to come, into top 10? What is, his challenges? What is his thought process? So every, person who's going to attend this particular event
is going to be something really big in the educational arena. Yes. And in the sphere of educational field. And if you are someone who is heading an institution or heading an organization, or you are working on the top professionals in the universities, you please get in touch with me. You can go to muniralwafa.com or any of my platforms, in any of the social channels, and message me. I'll be giving a free entry to the event with my super code.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, I think apart from this networking, apart from these sessions and speakers and all, you're giving something really good back to the society by, honoring some of the excellent people in the education system. What is that MENA Excellence Award of Meritto?
So this is, our new initiative where we think, we should thank or we should recognize people who have been doing exceptional work in their fields. Okay. Right. So this MENA Award has got some, categories into it, which are organizational categories as well as individual categories. Okay. So even if I'm an individual, I can nominate myself. Okay. And there is a jury who's going to judge me. So this has got, very, very interesting categories. Like how you have incorporated AI in your particular organization, right? So you have to submit your, nomination, and then you have to tell how you have done that. Okay. Right. So that will be a case study, right? Understand. And you will be getting an awarded, by the top leaders across this particular MENA region. Right, so they'll be facilitating you. It's in recognition, right, and we'll be sharing your stories, success stories with other people, so other can also learn, right, what good you have done, right. So it's all about sharing and caring, like you started, right. So that's what is our motto also. Like if we can share good success stories, right, then the other guys who are willing to transform, right, who are having good intentions, ethical practices, right, that will make them big, and they can bring transformation in this education space, because education is a very holy business, right?
Yeah, obviously.
So like you rightly said, you have to be ethical. You have to contribute back to the society, right? So that it can be for the betterment of everyone, and that's what what we believe, and that's what the thought process is. And
that is the inspiration behind this award.
Yes, absolutely, sir.
All right. And talking about your organization, Meritto, can we have a flashback from where to where, and that will be much inspiring for the people, youngsters who is thriving to do something on startup. Apart from this all bandwagon of education, let's talk something about the startups and evolving that and getting into this level.
Absolutely, sir. So we are, I don't know if we are big or small. We still believe, we are very
Yet to be-
small organization. Though you have said very good words like, we're going to go for IPO. By God's blessing, we are doing good. So we are a 7-year-old organization.
Okay.
If I talk about the journey we started back in 2017, right? It started with a very simple thought. We have to help the education organizations in giving the technology to them. So we started with one bit, which was application, right? That's the name. That's the first domain that we purchased. No
Okay.
paper forms,
No paper.
right? We started building up the application form, which is a very complex process, right? Back in India, because in application you have got a lot of
yes. So many
variables.
things to be filled.
Yes, so many fields to be filled. There are repetitive fields, uploading of documents.
Right from which I was hating, like religion, caste,
Religion,
and this and
caste.
that. How many fingers you have in the right hand, how many fingers on the left hand. That was
That-
when you come to this part of the world, you see the differences.
Yes.
Anyways,
So that's how we started. So in 2017, right, with this particular motto, and then we started transforming the application space, right. With this journey and working with lot of education partners, they told us that you guys are doing decent, but we have other problem areas also,
okay.
right. So we learn everything that we have built is something that we have built by learning from our clients itself.
Solving some of their problems.
Some of their problems.
Yes, yes.
So someone came into picture and they said, Meritto, what we are facing is this particular problem. That my marketing guy will come, he will take everything out of my pocket, right? I'm not unable to understand how Google advertisement work. The same student came walking yesterday. Now the digital marketing guy is telling, it came through Google, right? And I have no technology from where I can validate what is happening. My counselors are fighting like anything, right? Because it's their performance and they have given an effort, right? So management's work was going into, solving these small problems rather than strategizing, on quality of students and rest of the things. That's where we started, solving this problem, and we came up with the CRM system. And slowly, gradually, when we onboarded the B schools, right? So then the B schools came into picture and they taught us, see, it's not just, managing your leads, or for example, if I talk about some of the big brands in India like SRM, right? People are dying to take admission, right? Form filling is not a problem, right?
Yes,
they can stand in queue and they'll come.
yes.
If I have to take admission and I'll
You will
stand
go
in
in the
queue.
morning at 5 o'clock
Right. So just like it happens here in real estate in Dubai, right? The people will come in the night.
When MR or someone
Yeah.
is releasing, people are in the queue already.
I'll probably put up my camp and stand in a queue to take admission in one of the top engineering colleges. So the problem was how a college can manage this particular one, because now these top tier institutes are focused on the quality of the student. There is a rigorous selection process, as you know. They have to go through a national level or state level entrance exam. Then they have to claim their candidature. Then if let's say I am IIM or IIT, I have to get student from every state, right? So for every state, I cannot send my guys everywhere,
true.
right? And I cannot, because these are the government organizations, right?
Yes.
So the student
So
experience,
many logistics problems.
logistic problems, right? And then the student experience. For example, for group discussion, 250 students will come in the morning, 10 a.m.
Okay.
Right? And the student like me will be roaming around, just watching something, right? So it's important to give a better student experience. If they have booked a slot, can they come on that particular slot?
Okay.
Whether I'm taking offline interviews or whether I'm taking online interviews, can that be automated? When COVID came into picture,
Yeah, it's become so.
right? So everything got shaken, right? That's where
Rather than I say everything has got streamlined.
streamlined. Yes, that
Now, say for example, now before we used to go somewhere. If it is at 10 o'clock, we go for 10:30.
10:30.
We take it granted.
Yes.
Now, when the COVID comes, 10 means 10.
10 means
because
10.
everywhere and anywhere you are there.
Correct.
You can join and you can start working on it.
Yeah, so only, like you rightly said, only positive effect was of COVID was maybe the technology incorporation.
Yes, yes.
Better,
Truly,
be it
because-
e-commerce, be it, emergency facilities, right? Or be it, earlier I have never seen, taking online appointment with the doctor, right?
Yes.
Now that has got streamlined. So why not education, right? So taking interviews online, we integrated all the global platforms like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google
Okay,
Meet.
all integrated.
So now my faculty member can come, I can have a face-to-face interview with Shabazz and I can score him in the system itself.
Yes.
And the system will compile the score and will generate a merit list for me.
Yeah. No emotional.
No emotional thing, right? and the transparency, right?
Yeah, it's true.
That is also there, like you were talking about ethical practices, right? So there is, when you have a streamlined system.
And that's what, when you say the interviewer,
Yes.
for example, when AI, even AI is coming into the picture when HR interviews, what happens is that you don't look into the person with an emotion.
Correct.
You are just genuinely taking that on a merit basis, right? Like, for example, you may be, the interviewer who is doing the interview now, he may be frustrated. He may have some other thought process. And when you look at the person or someone, he may have some other intuitions. So it might go wrong or biased. Wherein this is completely, on that particular thing. So we were talking about the journey of Meritto.
Yes. So that's when COVID came, then suddenly we boomed, right? In India, everyone wanted technology, and we were the only technology provider in education space that was solving the entire problem. Because now the student cannot come as a walk-in, right? They are all there in the digital space, and all the organization wanted technology, and we already have created that ecosystem. So then we become, the industry, we can say the leaders in India.
Okay. In that specific.
In that particular field. And to our surprise, we started getting a lot of inquiries from abroad, right? Because those particular universities in India that are in global rank, the guys came to know, they started asking, they started inquiring. We started getting inquiries from US, Europe, Singapore, Malaysia. That's when our journey started to go abroad.
Okay.
Right. That's when we started thinking, what should be our next destination? The best destination that we found was UAE. Right. It's home away from home.
And we are lucky.
Yeah. I would say we are lucky, right? Because when we came here, right, it's home, right? It's just like you're there.
Yeah, it's a second home for every Indian.
Every Indian, it's the
and
best.
Everyone who is in
destination, yes.
here, they feel that this is a home.
Yeah. So then we came here, and we started building the community here. That's where we thought. Then when we realized that the problem is same, right?
Yeah.
So we make our product. We did some tweaks so that we can make it more hyper personalized for the UAE market. That's how we built the UAE market. Then we forayed into other Southeast Asia regions like Malaysia, right? We have good amount of accounts there. We are there in Singapore, Indonesia. Then from Europe, we have got a lot of universities. And you'll be surprised to know that even in US, like our GMAC exam is being conducted on Meritto's platform, right? So US-based organization also, because the requirement is there. The problem is still, and no one was solving for education industry. So that's how the journey has been, right? It's been only 7 years, and we have developed and we have learned a lot of things from the education space. That has what made this particular product, a good product. We are still learning. Like you said, now AI is coming to picture, right? And that's why we are also having evolved to learn what industry leaders are doing. Okay. What are the expectations of any particular organization, let's say school or university, in terms of what they are seeking in terms of AI?
Yeah, it's very true. Such a platform which you're creating, because normally when you want to have something right from the horse's mouth, it's very difficult to get accumulated in one place.
Absolutely.
Wherein this event would be taking a shape into that many organizations will be talking the similar thing in a different way, and their expectations, their challenges they will be showcasing, and your product will be groomed into that level where you can have a perfect product according to their the requirements.
Absolutely, sir. So building a product in four walls is not something that we believe. Yeah. We believe we should go on to field and understand what is the problem area. So like you rightly said,
the pain points.
If I can analyze that there is a problem area which is there today, right? The other organizations are not aware that it's going to be there tomorrow for them.
Yes.
But if as a responsible technology provider, if I can build it, so all my partners will get benefited from it, right? So that's why we picked this niche, which is education, and that's what Meritto has been doing, right? And hopefully we'll be getting, you'll see soon be seeing us in IPO. We'll be listed, right, soon. So that's what the journey has been, starting from a very small company, just with a motto to build something that can create impact in the education space. And now the future journey is IPO, and then we are planning that we'll be covering the entire ecosystem of education space. Currently we are just automating the recruitment process. Post that the entire process, the entire journey, when a student comes into the particular organization, then alumni connect. So we are trying to build that complete
Brilliant,
ecosystem.
brilliant. And see, this journey, every startup, whoever, really thriving to get something in their lives, and you have the, bundle of dreams and coming into anywhere. And this journey is an example for you. A success story from 2017 till 2025, in 7 years, from where they have reached. They haven't made the complete solution in the beginning. They just came out with an MVP,
Yes.
and just started something to solve a problem. And by evolving from time to time, those customers and organizations came up with their problems, and they started giving solution part by part. And so you don't worry, my dears, my friends, youngsters, don't worry that you have a product, you have something in your mind, and you have just made a small project, and it is not going to end you there. You just take it to the customer, have a real time experience, and get things done. And then you get remember that you get different kind of feedback from that existing customer, and tweak it accordingly, and you evolve with the time and with the process, with the solution provision, so that definitely you will become a successful owner of, or a startup owner, or a founder of a startup. Don't get frustrated and don't get disappointed that my startup is still in the starting position.
Absolutely.
It is not going away, and I have no money to develop it in that way. Nobody is born as an Amazon guy today.
Absolutely.
They have started in a small shop which years back, and their journey was successful in a way that they have evolved from time to time. And Meritto is not an exception. It's like it's something, the same journey started with a no paper forms.
Yes.
Just solving a problem of application form filling, then to thinking about creating the 360-degree solution for the entire ecosystem of education today.
Absolutely.
And that's something really a global phenomenon, and I'm really happy to be a part of that. Getting into the closer, what are the future plans of Meritto in order to give it back to the society, one, and in order to solve the problems of educational field, and in order to stand tall in the market?
So I'll start, like you said, Rome was not built in one day, right? So it takes time, right? So like you rightly said, you have to take feedback, you have to keep on improving your particular product, right? So if you talk about in the first part, what are the future plans? So the first thing is, to be the market leaders in the recruitment automation space, which we already are, but we are not satisfied, right? Hunger should not go, that hunger should be there, that spark should be there. So we are planning, to open more offices across globe. We want to represent India across the globe, that we are the technology providers, we are the leaders, just like many of the organizations from India are doing. This is the first thing. Second is to build the entire ecosystem,
Okay.
which is student management system, alumni management system. So once we have achieved that particular landmark, we are going to build this entire ecosystem where the entire space can be built. So now you don't have to go for multiple systems, right? A single system will be covering the entire
Multiple tasks.
journey of a particular organization. That's our long term vision, I can say.
Definitely.
Very early to say, but we can say it with proud on our television that we'll be doing it, right? We believe in our team, we believe in our customers.
Okay.
Right? Now coming to contributing to the education space, so we are trying to build a community. We think that we should build a global community where we can learn from each other, right? From North Pole to South Pole, right? To Equator, right? What is happening in West, right? What are the good things in West? Can that flow in this particular direction? What we are doing good here in Southeast Asia, can that be taken there?
Okay.
So we are trying to build a education space community, right, where everyone can come into that particular community, because no one was doing it.
Brilliant.
That's a small initiative by our visionary leaders, right, that we want to build this particular community space where the particular thought leaders can come. We can share the knowledge, we can share the insights, because if you are having a knowledge, if you're keeping it in a locker, right, that's not going to increase. So if you have that knowledge, and if you can be a facilitator where you can get the knowledge flown from a higher potential to lower potential, that's what is something that we want to contribute to the society.
Brilliant.
Right? So this is a small initiative. There are many initiatives that we're gonna take, right, with the blessings of God and with our partners' support. This is what we are planning to do.
Brilliant, and it was so fantastic, and wonderful talking to you. Rifat, you have any concluding statement to your Malayali community?
So nothing in
I know you have been witnessing the way he was talking, and I was also, really overwhelmed.
Amazing, yeah.
Amazingly, he was
No,
doing
sir,
his presentation.
whatever I'm doing is I'm learning from you as well. You
Come
have
on,
been
you
a
have done a great job. And,
fantastic mentor.
yeah, and,
Right.
And Rifat, why don't you tell it in Malayali
yeah, you
itself,
can
right?
speak something in Malayalam.
Sure. So, ഞാനിവിടെ വന്നതിന് ശേഷം once I joined Meritto, ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ എന്നെ ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ളത് നമ്മുടെ കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റിയുടെ ആ ഒരു നെറ്റ്വർക്ക് തന്നെയാണ്. സ്റ്റാർട്ടിങ് ഫ്രം നീർക്ക, ഇവിടുത്തെ ഒട്ടുമിക്ക നമ്മൾ ഏത് ഒരു സ്കൂൾ ഗ്രൂപ്പിലോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ഗ്രൂപ്പിലോ പോയി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അവിടെ നമ്മളുടെ ഒരു മലയാളി ഉണ്ടാവും. സോ ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് എന്താ പറയുക, എന്നെ ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ഘടകമാണ് അത്. സോ ദാറ്റ്സ് വാട്ട്. സോ വി ആർ എവരിവെയർ, സോ വി ക്യാൻ കീപ്പ് ഓൺ കോൺട്രിബ്യൂട്ടിങ്. അല്ലെ, നമുക്ക് അങ്ങോട്ട് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാം,
തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും.
കോൺട്രിബ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കാം. സോ we build the community, we give back to the community.
All right. Thank you so much. And see, we have discussed many things: education, product, startup, and whatnot, community. So anything you have in your mind, let me know. Let us know your feedback, and you can always message us. It will be this video will be available on YouTube as well, so that we'll be taking your suggestions and comments and feedbacks to better our services to the society. And all the very best. It was Sabas. It was fantastic. Talking to you. Thanks for coming in and spending so much of time here.
Thank you so much,
and
sir.
we'll be seeing you on the event and
Absolutely.
28th of this month, and that will be something really.
Thank you so much, sir. It's always been a pleasure, to learn from you, to interact with you, and it's been amazing, to be with you here, in the same room and share the thoughts.
We are looking forward to have a beautiful session on 28th of November. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you so much.
And guys, as always we say that learning is the process which will make you a better citizen, a better person. And you have learned something before, and you have to unlearn it now, because something new is coming up. Then you have to relearn it. So learn, unlearn, and relearn. If you feel that whatever I have learned, in our earlier ages, that is the whole thing. No, things are getting changed, evolved, and every single day adapt the technology, go according to the flow, but always keep ethics and principles in place, and be always a good human.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, and see you in the next week. See you on next Friday at 8:30 with your lovely UBL television. Munir Al Wafa with love.
Thank you.